What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing things a bit differently today. Usually I like to talk about the good, the bad, and then give you my score, but with a movie like this, what bad is there to say about a man as just amazing as Mr. freaking Rogers? We are going to talk about the documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor? It's really one of the first documentaries I've seen in a while. I usually don't watch them and critique them and give them reviews, but you know what? It's a rare occasion when they end up being one of my favorite movies of the year, as this one goes. So I just want to kind of sit down and talk about it. I'll give you some of my negatives, but there really aren't that much. This movie is just... it's just something special. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's my favorite movie of the year or it's one of the most entertaining things that I've seen in a long time, because it's not. It's just a movie that you sit down, you soak in the information, and you walk out. But this one has a little bit more than that. This one has a level of emotion that I've not felt in a long time. And I said this on Twitter, it's truly a movie that makes me want to be a better person. I can't say I felt that for a film or about a film in quite a while. So this will in fact be the first documentary to ever enter my lists of Letterboxd films that I have been doing for quite a while. I'm going to rank this. I'm putting it in my top 10 of the year just because there's so much that is special about a movie like this, centered around a man who just really didn't have that many bad qualities. He's caring, he's loving, he's full of happiness, and he just conveys that towards his friends, his family, and most importantly, children. And I know that sounds weird in 2018. Oh, it's an old man. He's trying to hang out with kids and make them feel special and all this stuff. Yeah, it sounds weird today because there aren't very many people like this man. This man meant well in every way, facet possible. All he wanted to do was raise these, or help raise these children and make them better people. That way, when they grew up, they realized that there wasn't anything that they could not accomplish. And he faced troubles and trials and tribulations, and everyone was against him at one point. Mr. Rogers is raising our kids to think that they aren't special, therefore they can be lazy. And no, this is stuff that's going to come with being this good of a person. But you know what? After watching this documentary, if everything that I saw on there was factual, and I truly believe that it is, this man, it's weird to say this, but this man is like, and they said in the documentary, the second coming of Christ. And I'm not comparing him to Jesus Christ, I'm just saying the guy really didn't do anything wrong. And they say that in the documentary. It's like whenever he got angry, he conveyed his emotions through this puppet. Whenever he felt this way, he conveyed his emotions through this voice, and that was his way of expressing his anger and hatred towards certain things. But overall, I mean, the guy just comes out swinging every time he's in front of the camera. He does the same routine. He's boring. He takes his time. He does things that he doesn't try to impress the audience. No, he just wants to teach them. He wants these kids to learn in the best and most civilized way possible, and that is truly the heart and soul of the story. Now, I've talked about the content quite a bit, and that's really what makes this movie special. From a filmmaking perspective, I believe this is a very well shot, super well paced documentary. I mean, I did not feel the time at all, and sometimes this is one of the reasons why I usually don't review them. When I sit down, even if the documentary is fantastic, I will sit down and I'll start to lose interest. I'll start to get bored, even if it's a great film. But this one, for some reason, it had my attention the whole time, and I don't know if it's the subject matter or if it's just the way it was filmed, the way it was paced. They included these little animated scenes that I thought were just riveting, and it was kind of like a metaphor of what was happening that they were talking about and the animated scene that was happening on screen. I loved everything that they did. I loved the pacing. I loved the flow. I loved the emotion that is conveyed through every single character, just talking about how much they loved this man. And here's what I will say about this movie. This is one of the reasons why I think it's one of the best documentaries I have ever seen, is it made me feel, I said this at the beginning of the video, it made me feel like I needed to change something in my life. And I don't even know what that is yet, but it made me feel like I just need to do things differently. I need to be more like Mr. Rogers, because to him, everyone was his neighbor. Everyone was the same. In his eyes, they were all special. They could all do something different. And you could just see that in his face, whether he was walking on the beach or whether he was talking to someone or just trying to get a message across. This man just meant well. And there's something special about doing a documentary about a guy who everyone always knew he was a good guy, but nobody really understood how good of a man he was. And this man was truly one of the greatest people, I believe, to ever walk the face of the earth. Now, there probably are people like him, but they just don't really know how to show it. And in today's age, it's hard to show something like that. And if you do show it, you're going to be made fun of on social media or on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, because the trolls in the comment section, I'm not saying that's you guys, but sometimes, hey, it happens. But Won't You Be My Neighbor? It took took place in a time when that stuff didn't exist. Sure, there were trolls, but they weren't behind the keyboards. They were sitting at home with nothing to do. Now, Mr. Rogers was able to grow up and raise a group, a large, and a nation full of children that grew up listening to what he said, and I truly believe that made a difference. I believe this man, and you see it when he talks about 9/11, he felt for everyone, whether they lost their life, whether there was something wrong with them. There was just so much to this man, and to create a documentary surrounding that and to do it so well has to place it in my favorite movies of the year. Like I said, it's not the most entertaining. Sometimes you're going to sit there and wonder, okay, maybe this should move a little bit faster. But every piece of information, in my opinion, was vital, and that is why I am going to give Won't You Be My Neighbor a 98%. Truly the best movie I have seen this year. I can't say it's my personal favorite because I'm a big fan of entertainment and action movies, which kind of goes against what I just learned in the documentary, so it's kind of a strike towards me. But like I said, I want to be a better person because of this. Won't You Be My Neighbor is worth watching in a theater. If it is playing near you, please go see it, and if not, just wait until it comes out on home demand because I truly believe you're going to love it. Tomorrow is my Purge, whatever it's called, first Purge, that one. I'm reviewing that movie because it's coming out tomorrow, and then 2 days after that, Ant-Man and the Wasp, followed by my Marvel Cinematic Universe countdown. You guys are the absolute best. Oh, and if you guys haven't visited MovieBabbleReviews.com, be sure to check out that website. It's an incredible website with so many awesome articles, and just if you love movies, please go check it out. And I'll catch you later with another Comment Spotlight.